guys. My kids are in the room. Hi. You want to say hi? Come here, sissy. Okay. So I'm gonna be doing a Q&A and then like my pregnancy journey or whatever. It's only a few questions, but then I'm gonna tell you guys about my pregnancy journey. What are you doing? Let me just go to the few questions real quick. Okay, which pregnancy was the hardest? I think Keith was my hardest pregnancy because of all the morning sickness in the first trimester. But after the first trimester, it was pretty good. Like I had really bad morning sickness. Like I missed pretty much a whole semester of school because I was so sick. But other than that, everything was fine except for at the end, he was too big for me, so I kept having minor strokes or something like that because he's like sitting on a wrong nerve. So they had to get him out of me because he was just too big for me. But other than that, my pregnancies are actually really good. I had good pregnancies. Did you love the feeling of being pregnant? Yes. If I could be pregnant without like having a child again, like I love being a mother, but 2 is enough for me. I think I would love to be pregnant like all the time. It's just such a beautiful experience and feeling. For me, it was like I said, my pregnancies were all good. And I love the feeling of like carrying somebody and knowing I'm creating a human. Like it's just really cool to me. I loved it though, yeah. What is it like to have 2 kids? It's the same as 1, I guess, just a little harder. Only sometimes it gets hard, but because they're so close in age, it's kind of like having twins in some way. I don't know. But then my son is a little older, so he can help. He helps a little more. I don't know. It's no different to me because it just happened so fast. So I was already like a new mom, and then I got pregnant real fast, and then so I was still a new mom, and then I became a mom again, still learning. It's still just easy. It's not easy because there is hard parts. Like it gets a little stressful. Especially, I don't know. Okay. How do I, what's the question? How do you show genuine love and care to others? Because I feel like everybody deserves to be loved, I guess. Like, you never know what really anybody goes through or went through. I don't know. I'm just a nice person now. Like honestly, I wasn't before. I wasn't that nice of a person. And sometimes I can't be if you get on my wrong side. But no, it just really depends on how you treat me, I'll treat you. And I just feel like I should be a better example to my kids and be nice. Like, show them that they need to be respectful and no matter what, just be kind to other people. Because just being nice to a random person, it can make their whole day. Just smiling at somebody can make their whole day. I just feel like you should be kind to people no matter what. And like karma, I believe in karma, bad karma and good karma. It'll come back around to you no matter what. Lavea, come here. When did you know you were pregnant and what was your guess on the gender? Both times. So with my son, I knew I was pregnant because my mom, well, both times, I guess this is how it went. My mom, she would make me take pregnancy tests just at random, just to be careful. That's just the way she is, just to be careful. And previous, before my son, I had 2 miscarriages, so that's why we're being more safe too, because I was already pregnant before and I lost them. And yeah, so my mom had me take a pregnancy test, and I took the pregnancy test and I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant. My mom, she was upset, crying, but she was more upset because like I let it happen again, kind of, because I just had lost 2 previously. And but she was like scared too. She didn't want to see me go through more miscarriages or anything like that. So yeah, but and then with my son, I knew he was a boy. Like, I just knew it. I had the feeling, and I was right. And then with my daughter, I still the same. My mom still had me take, especially because I'm breastfeeding. So I personally don't have my period because it's like a natural birth control. So I don't have my period. So we still take pregnancy tests just to be safe. That's just how my mom is. Obviously, you could tell now, because I keep saying it over again. And I was pregnant, and I wasn't that happy. If I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't happy because I just had my son. He was only like 5 months old, and I was already pregnant. But I mean, everything happens for a reason. I'm very happy now. I'm in love with both my children. I don't regret it. I don't wish it happened differently. But yeah, I was upset at the time because I just had one and I didn't think I was ready, because I mean, I wasn't even a full mom on time, like full mom. I didn't know what I was doing all the way because I just became a mom. But I think it's fine now. But okay, second one, the last one is breastfeeding hard? No, I mean, it is at first. It's very difficult at first. It hurts. It's different. Like, you're not used to somebody on your boob, and especially in the beginning, they're like constantly on your boob. So it is difficult at first, but you get used to it. And I breastfeed both my kids. I know. I really don't care what you say. They're my children, my boobs, my problem. I don't care what you say. But so that gets difficult sometimes. Breastfeeding 2 kids, it can get overwhelming, very overwhelming. But you just need lots of patience with breastfeeding. Lots of patience. That's what you have to learn. It's just patience. And find something to do, especially in the beginning while you're breastfeeding. Find something to do. Be on your phone, read a book, do something, because sometimes they'll be on for hours and hours. Like at nighttime, sometimes they're still like in their sleep. They sleep nurse, dream nurse, whatever it's called, and they're on for like all night long sometimes. So it just gets overwhelming, but you get used to it. But yeah, anyways, get started on my pregnancy journey. So I already told you guys how I found out I was pregnant, and with my son, whatever, I already told you pretty much everything. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my pregnancy journey, and I already pretty much told you how I found out I was pregnant and all that. So we went to the doctors. We did normal things that you do when you're pregnant, and then so when it was time to have him, I was already 42 weeks pregnant. I was very overdue. Actually, I think it was like 43. I think I was like a month overdue. So once I went to the doctors to just get a normal checkup, and like I was having contractions but not really. And then my mom had told me, just because you have to, at the end of your pregnancy, you have to like get, I don't know what it is called, but they put stuff on you to see if you're having contractions. So she was like, tighten your stomach, just pretend you're having contractions or something. So that's what I did, and so I was tightening, but I kind of was. Anyway, so yeah, I was already pretty much having contractions on my own. So then they sent me to the hospital, and then the hospital wanted to send me home, and then I was telling the nurse, like, he is just too big for me. I need him out of me. And so she was like, let me talk to the doctor. And she convinced the doctor to induce me. So they induced me. Well, I went to the doctor around the hospital around like 1, 2 o'clock. And then I finally got, okay, this is mom life. And I just keep getting interrupted and I don't care. I'm just gonna get this video done. But anyways, they finally checked me in, or let me so I could stay around like 7. And then once I got in there, about an hour later, they gave me the Pitocin, even though my body was like already going into labor. They gave me I think it was like half a dose or something like that, so that it could help me go into labor faster. So then I was, for around 12, 1 o'clock, I got my epidural. I was like 5 centimeters. I got my epidural. It didn't work. It worked for a little bit, but then it just wore off. I guess I was supposed to push a button to make the medicine come, but I didn't know. So I didn't know, so it wore off. And at 12:30, around 11:45, it was time for me to push. Then at 12:36, he was born, my beautiful baby boy. The best day of my life was when I became a mother. And yeah, everything was good. There was no complications. The only thing that I didn't like was they didn't let my mom and my boyfriend, their father, cut the umbilical cord. Both times, actually. They were supposed to, but they didn't let them, so that was annoying. Yeah, everything was good. I didn't really have no complications. I don't remember. Yeah, there was none. And then, so with my daughter, I already told you how I found out I was pregnant. And then when I went to the doctors, I went to the doctors like normal pregnancy. Then I was due December 1st. On December 5th at 8 o'clock in the morning, I started having contractions, but I was already having Braxton Hicks or contractions, I don't know, for a week or so. So I wasn't paying attention to it. I didn't care. But I was like, okay. And then they just kept coming. I was like, let me just wait a little longer, and then I'll wake up my mom. And then they just kept coming too much, so I had to wake up my mom. I finally did, and then I was like, Mom, having really bad contractions. So then they just kept coming faster after that. So we had to call Laquan's work and tell him hey, she's in labor. Let's go. We gotta go. So my cousin was out here, and he had to go pick up my brother and sister from school, and he took forever because I think he got lost or something, I don't know. And that I was just sitting there in pain, oh my God, they need to hurry up. And if you guys know our family, we're late for everything. We're slow, just slow at everything. We're never on time. Even to give birth, I was I was late. No, I finally got to the hospital at, I think it was 10:30, and I was already 7 centimeters, so they put me in the back, and yeah, I was already 11:30, and I was 7 centimeters, and then they checked me again an hour later, and I was already 9 centimeters, so I couldn't get epidural, and I was crying, how am I gonna do this without no epidural? And at what time was it? I think it was 12:46. I was okay, she's coming, I could feel her coming. And they're wait for the doctor. I was like, no, I can't, she's right there, I could feel her. So I started pushing, and next I know the doctor's right there. And then 3 pushes, and she was out. She was born at 101, my beautiful princess. And everything was fine with her. She was perfect as can be. And yeah. My son was 7 pounds, 15 ounces, and 21 inches long. And my daughter was 7 pounds, 14 ounces, and 21 inches long. They were only an ounce apart. But both of them the next day when we went home, when they got weighed again, they were both 8 pounds. So they were pretty much 8 pounds. As soon as they got their mama's milk, they gained an ounce. But yeah, they're both pretty much the same exact size when they were born. And yeah, let me know what else you guys want to see. I'm going to leave now. Thank you for watching.